If this podcast was a baby, she'd be able to vote by now. Happy birthday. Happy 18th episode to my little baby show pony. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming the woman who helped create this podcast, the woman who sparked the creation, Elizabeth Kott of the world's coolest podcast, Too Niche. You know what's not too niche? My dick. No, but really though, Andy and I are on vacation for the next few weeks, so I know you haven't been able to get my up-to-the-minute breaking headlines on SiriusXM, but rest assured, the world is still crazy. Jason Momoa almost drowned. Calvin Harris posted a picture of his cock. Scientists are saying that if you want to get rid of ants in your yard, just go out and piss on the anthills. Just go out on your lawn and take a big piss, a big daddy piss right all over all the anthills. I think scientists are playing with us. They found wood chips in cookies. I had to find out about Little Tay, and I wish I hadn't. The world's ugliest dog winner is actually very cute. People are ODing on kratom from gas stations. All that, plus the alien spaceship that's coming our way is still on course to reach us by November. So you know what that means? I'm gonna have about 2 months to get all the pumpkin spice in LA pumped inside of me before the aliens suck me up into their spaceship and probe me. Let's get started, shall we? Enjoy my backyard Bravo break. Fuck you. Fucking asshole. I'm gonna fucking die. Sorry about that. Let's get started, shall we? Enjoy my backyard Bravo breakdown with Too Niche's own Elizabeth Kott. We cover everything from The Biggest Loser documentary on Netflix to this episode of Workout, which is season 3, episode 2. And I have a special surprise in store for you after this episode. So make sure to stay tuned. Enjoy. Hello, 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 hello. Elizabeth Kott, welcome to the show. We're starting. Surprise, we've started.
Surprise. Hi.
Welcome to the show. Wait, I have to differentiate every time I speak to someone that I'm friends with, truly friends with, that now we're performing on the podcast. Okay. So I don't want to say anything that is for off air.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. Things you should know about Elizabeth Kott. You're the first person who introduced me to podcasts ever. Your first podcast, That's So Retrograde, was iconic, trailblazing, legendary, and now Too Niche.
Now Too Niche.
The best title of any podcast, and the best podcast.
Thank you.
And the prettiest host.
Oh, well.
I'm trying to leave my feet out so
I
that...
know. I might do a shoes off moment too. I'm inspired.
If you do shoes off, we'll get more attention.
Okay. Great.
Do you mind that feet? Old men are jerking off to your feet?
I'm down with that.
Because I have so many old men watching this show on YouTube.
I would love that, actually.
Are you on WikiFeet?
I'm not.
Hold for plane. Are you sure you're not on WikiFeet?
I've never checked, but
you're
I would
on
be
it.
Honored.
I'm sure you're on it. I'm on it.
Okay.
And I don't even have my feet out that much. Okay. You're also, this is huge. Elizabeth Kott is the first person who mentioned workout to me. We were going to see Beyonce at Christmas. Or no, this was this past year. We were going to see that movie.
Baby Girl?
No, we were going to see One Fine Day, or one of them days. We were going to see one of them days. And we were in the Americana parking garage. Yep. I said, I want to do a show, a vintage Bravo rewatch, and I'm going to start with Tabitha. And you turned to me in my car. I'll never forget it. And you were like, you should start with Workout.
That's right. And here we are.
Here we are.
Season 3, baby.
18 episodes in. We're in the middle of, almost to the middle of season 3.
Yeah.
Before we jump into what this is episode 2 that we're on now, take me back. First of all, Elizabeth, you are from vintage Bravo world. You're from Rachel Zoe.
Yeah.
Take me back to that era in LA and just give me your workout log line.
Okay. So, first of all, living in LA while these shows were on was so important. It was so cool. I
Yeah.
remember seeing Jackie. I called Workout Jackie's Gym.
Yes.
That's what the show is called to me. And I remember seeing her. I can't remember if it was at Hugo's, but I want to say it might have been at that Crunch gym outside that Crunch Sunset and San Vicente.
Yes.
That
Sunset 5.
Yes, that area. I think that's where I might have seen her, and I was so excited. I just loved. I mean, that era. The $1 Million Decorator was the best. Like, I just love all of these.
Was $1 Million Decorator around the same time?
Yeah.
Why do I feel that was later? I guess it was.
It was
the
it was
Mary
around that
McDonald
time.
one?
Yeah.
You're right, because season 3 of Workout, where we are, 2009-ish, because the season 1 was 2006, season 2, 2007. So yeah, 8, 9. I guess that's right.
Yeah, I want to get my phone because I know we have notes.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
on.
we have notes. I took notes on the episode, and my phone is being used to record this, so Elizabeth is going to step in as the lead holder of the notes, and because my memory can't be counted on for shit.
I also took notes. I had to.
This is like a double header or triple header. In addition to covering, I don't love to recap, but I like
Right.
to hit the highlights.
Yeah.
People, who gives a shit?
Right.
We're talking about the concept in general, but we did watch and take notes on episode 2. But you mentioned, have you watched the Biggest Loser documentary on Netflix? I hadn't even heard of it. I turned on Netflix. It just came out.
It just came out. I'm just starved for content, so like anything that's
Right.
I'm just like, give me something, even though like I barely cared about it. But what was so interesting is I was reminded of your episode with Jackie and how she had a lot of tea around Jillian Michaels that I found to be quite piping.
It was piping hot.
And then a lot of what she said, or in terms of Jillian's personality,
Yes.
was very much reflected in this documentary, and I felt like I had an inside eye having listened to your show.
I have to be careful about how I slept. I had a nightmare about this. I had a
Okay.
nightmare about you and I recording this podcast right now, and me being too mean to Jillian.
Okay.
I hate her so. You sitting here doesn't mean you co-sign what I'm saying.
Okay.
But she's such a piece of shit because of this like anti-gay stuff she's doing. This like pride. I hate gay pride. Pride. We should do away with gay pride. Like this anti-gay, being a rich lesbian, gay-hating MAGA type really upsets
Yeah, I
me.
don't like that.
And I hate her.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Have it be known.
Jillian, I hope you have light and peace in your life, but watching this documentary, The Biggest Loser on Netflix, what is it? Is there a name to the documentary?
It was called like
Fat
Fit
TV.
for TV or
Fit for
something
TV.
like that. I
Yes.
don't know. I don't retain that.
Well, it is kind of crazy. It's crazy timing because here we are at episode 2, and the entire episode is a huge redirect. One thing Jackie said on this show is that in season 3, she really wanted to show that
Right.
life coaching, like changing people's lives, and you can tell the trend was because Biggest Loser was so big.
This episode went full on Biggest Loser. They had the same doctor.
Yes.
Dr.
Oh, I wrote his name
H.
down. Vongwei, Shuangwei.
Let's see here.
My notes are very stream of consciousness. My notes are like,
Yeah.
that sucks.
It was
Ving Shui.
Dr. H is what I wrote down.
Yeah.
But
Well, anyway, I wrote down, how are you going to come in here and call people fat and look at pictures of them in the fetal position and then say they have back fat and all this stuff with hair like that? He looks like shit. With a wig like that, you're going to come in here and criticize people's appearances?
yeah, no, it was this like format pivot. Granted, I only remember watching the show like in its original airing.
Yeah.
So but I assume that it was a very jarring shift.
It was a jarring shift, and it made me bummed because I know you're not sitting at home watching Workout again. You watched it when it aired, but it's not like this usually.
Right.
And this is also the episode where they take a lesbian cruise, and I was just like, all we want is the lesbian cruise.
Yeah.
We don't need this. We don't need this other stuff.
Yeah, and then we had the masseuse.
Yes,
JD.
who's very familiar to me. I feel like we met at some
He
point.
felt familiar to me too. It's just there's something about this show feels such an LA time capsule.
I know.
And it's it makes me very nostalgic.
Me too. When it first started, there were no iPhones, so I'm thinking back to that time. I didn't even. It's crazy, and the places they go to, like last episode they went to Geisha House.
Right? Oh my god.
Do you remember Geisha
I
House?
Sure do.
They went to Blowfish Sushi this
remember that
episode.
too.
I remember. I hadn't thought about it in so long.
And also, it's almost like, and Skylab and Sports, small business.
Small business.
We don't have that anymore
I know.
here. It's truly like fucking venture capitalism has taken over Los Angeles in a way, and I've been thinking about this, and I feel the best example. I'm working this thought out in real time, so pardon me. But it's like the Arowannification of every neighborhood. That's venture capitalism money
At
being
work.
like infused, exactly. And
Yeah.
it just feels a little dystopian. And
Dirty.
like, granted, I will hit the hot bar. I'm not above it.
I go every day.
But there's just this different shift, and there's no Skylab and Sports essence in anything anymore.
We need Jackie to come back.
I do.
We need her to clean up LA,
Yeah.
get us in shape. The other thing that's happening is you can tell that Jackie was urged or felt cheered on, and maybe looking at Jillian, like, to be a hard ass or to be this was around the trend of trainers should be bullies and kick your ass and make you. And now it's just the opposite. Like, even at Barry's boot camp, they will say, if you don't feel like doing this, you do whatever you want.
Wow, I need to go back to Barry's
I
now.
know. Because that was the thing. You always felt kind of like, wow, I'm going to throw up. Doesn't matter how great of shape you're in. At the end of Barry's, you're like, I am dying.
Yeah.
And that's not their MO. You might still feel that way, but it's not their MO. They're not screaming at you. And back to Jillian, they're showing clips. We're jumping back now to the Biggest Loser documentary. They're so mean to these people. They're mocking them, ridiculing, and I never watched one episode of Biggest Loser. I still have never watched
Neither
it.
have I don't think I
didn't
did
want to
either.
watch that.
But it was at the time where shows like that were still so enmeshed in our culture. We still, like, I knew who Jillian Michaels was. I
Yes.
knew who
Bob.
Bob was. It just was in the
Yeah.
mix in a way that was unavoidable. But I mean, it was also just such a different time for reality television.
Yes.
It's the snapshot of this era is
Yes.
really, I'm mesmerized by it.
Watching the executive producers talk about how they formulated the show, the guy's inception about seeing someone who needed help, and hearing, I've worked with producers like
Yeah.
this. I've worked on big, massive reality shows, and that is the way they talk. And they're not bad people, but they're a certain type, and they're thinking, we need to shock, we need to have sensationalism, and then they can kind of be like, well, I mean, it was a big hit. They're not
Yeah.
really thinking, I'm sorry, that was so mean. I want to hear someone say, I feel bad about what we
Right.
did.
Well, I don't know if you made it to the end, but one of the
Not yet.
contestants had said, like, I wish there would have been sort of like an aftercare program for contestants in which
Yeah.
they provided mental health care, sort of like an upkeep, like just some sort of,
Yeah.
so you just weren't like up, and then just full dip and you were
Yeah. Thanks for your
left
time.
to your
Good
own
luck.
devices, right?
Yeah.
And then the producer said, we're a television production company. Like, we make television. That's not our responsibility.
Right.
But I see it from both sides. So as
Good.
a seasoned TV producer, what is your thought?
That's how it is. I worked on Dance Your Ass Off, which
Okay.
was a weight loss show with
But
dance.
Dancing with the Stars mixed with
Biggest Loser. And it was and Lisa Ann Walter created the show. She's now on Abbott Elementary, and her thought was always, if we're going to do Biggest Loser, if we're going to do extreme weight loss, why don't we do it? They're dancing.
Yeah.
They're learning a skill. They're having fun. But these people were only losing like 5 to 10 pounds. They weren't losing 140.
Right.
And the vibe on set was a lot more kind and gentle and more about having fun and celebrating personalities. No one was going to the hospital. No one was saying, hey, like, sprinkle a little ephedrine in your Gatorade. It wasn't really happening like that. But on the same hand, the health was a different department.
Right.
They hired a nurse.
Yeah.
They hired a medic, and we didn't really
Lean
talk to them. We were lean back, show those tootsies. Oh, hold for helicopter. East LA is, by the way. We are at my other rich
house.
We're at Elizabeth's house. Welcome to my home. After this, we're gonna skinny dip in the pool. We're at my other rich ex-boyfriend's house. Where was I? What was I saying?
Oh, what network was Dance Your Ass Off on?
Dance Your Ass Off was on Oxygen.
Oh.
Marissa Jarrett Winokur hosted season 1 and Mel B hosted season 2.
Wow.
And then it was over.
Wow.
But-
R.I.P. Oxygen.
I know.
Now it's just like
crime.
murder.
Yeah. Crime. They used to say their brand book was fat, black, and gay. And I always thought that was the best branding.
Yeah. Very forward.
And that's also that's what I want to watch. I want to
Yeah.
watch the things that are being targeted for fat, black, and gay.
Yeah.
Those are my three
think same.
interests. But that was that. I mean, watching the documentary, I only saw episode 1, or
Okay.
I don't know if I even finished it, but I guess there's more episodes
There's
coming.
3.
Okay.
I finished it off last night. But there's, we're starved for content. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be something that I would like run to other than the fact that there was nothing else to watch.
Well, and it's perfect timing because we're talking about workout.
Yeah.
Okay, so on Too Niche, your brilliant format is you do different hauls each week.
So I pivoted from hauls. Okay.
What is the new pivot?
Okay, the new pivot is focusing on people so it used to be a niche topic
Yeah.
and we would like go deep on it.
Yeah.
Now I bring in somebody who is an expert in their niche and we go deep on it.
Got it.
So, because I really also like to weave in, like, how did you find your path? Because me,
Yeah.
I'm always, like, really inspired and want the tea on, like, how somebody found their
Yeah.
way to their niche.
Well, I was going to say, what could we haul from this episode?
Okay.
What if you were going to do a haul?
Yeah.
What would we haul from this episode? I would start with the dietitian, the doctor's wig.
The doctor's wig, and then we need to get into Sunfair because Sunfair, their meal plan that they sponsored all of the Skylab contestants.
Yeah.
What are they? They're
Clients. Yeah.
Thank you. Sunfair's still alive and well, and their food is delicious.
I remember it. I remember hearing about it. The guy comes in. He's a representative from Sunfair, and in my notes I write, I don't want to hear about it. I want to get to Lesbian Cruise.
Right, we want to get to Lesbian Cruise.
There was too much health.
Yeah, but Sunfair, it was so happy to report they're still around. My neighbor gets them, and he goes to New York a lot, so he'll always be like, Elizabeth, you can have it.
And is it just organic,
It's
low-cal?
just prepared food that's like protein heavy.
That's
nicely
great.
portioned.
Maybe I should do
Tastes
Sunfair.
good. It tastes really good. It doesn't look amazing like when you get it.
They never do.
But it's delish. And I was like, Sunfair, yes. Like,
I'm going to try Sunfair. I was paying for catered fit, and no shade. I mean, they really did well for a few months, but
Yeah.
I got really tired of it. I did factor meals, and the
Yeah.
sodium's too much.
Yeah.
So maybe Sunfair is the way to
Sunfair
go.
is the way to go. And I was tickled to know that they've been around as long as they have.
Jackie also said she thinks that the show was canceled because nobody wanted to see people work out. They just wanted the drama, the personal life, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I said to her in the moment, and I hadn't even gotten to season 3. I was only on season 1 at the time. I was like, that is what we want.
Totally.
And I know your business is that you want to help people, but your television entertainment persona or your viability is that you're a hot lesbian who is also like slightly toxic adjacent.
Yeah, she's also kissing everybody.
She's kissing
They made
everyone?
a point to get into that in this episode.
They really say it too. Not only does she have an affair with Rebecca, they say if you're hired, it should be in your contract that you have to kiss
And-
Jackie. That is a lawsuit
I
waiting
know.
to happen.
I just love that could be said just all willy-nilly back
At
then.
Blowfish.
Yeah, right?
They said that. It comes out that she kissed Augustina, who's a brand new employee.
Yeah. And devil may care.
And Jackie says, well, I hope that everyone here hooks up all weekend. Lizzo was taken to court because her backup dancer says that she was egging them on sexually
Yeah.
at strip clubs and stuff. And Jackie went to a strip club with people. She's taking these straight girls on a lesbian cruise saying, I want you to hook up and let chaos unfold.
TV. I can't
It's amazing.
wait for next week.
And I look back at it with forgiveness, actually. I think they were responding to the world at the moment.
Right.
I think if they were on TV right now, they wouldn't be saying that shit.
No.
Not because they want to and they can't, but because it's just not where we are.
And there's also the thing that worked about that show in that particular time period was that it was an interesting setup. What are hot trainers in LA like? What is their life like? That
Right.
seems so amazing. Now we can just get on TikTok and get a dose of that whenever.
Right.
But this was like a slice of life experience that a lot of people, I think, found intriguing that probably wouldn't scratch an itch in this era.
Do you follow a lot of fitness influencer types?
I don't. No, I think because like post being, so enmeshed in the wellness world, I don't really follow much of any of that.
Yeah.
not my
I've started unfollowing, when I got sober, I really wanted to get in shape and change my health profile, as it were. And I saturated my feed with these bodybuilders and, a lot of like straight toxic masculinity bros. And and who gave me that tip was Ryan Serhant. He was
Okay.
like, I follow squat
And
techniques.
just like that's Ryan Serhant.
Yes. He's like, I follow squat techniques. That's what he follows. So
Yeah.
he has a great ass and he does
Okay.
squats well. And I was like, if I saturate my feed, I will become what I'm looking at always, which is good in some ways, but after too long, it takes a toxic toll.
Totally. But you were like vision boarding it.
It's exactly right. I was vision boarding it. And once I realized I don't want to fill my feed with the reminder to, I don't know. It's not that it's like the classic unattainable beauty standards.
Right.
And like, I think for girls, it's worse. For guys, it's like, okay, I want to do a squat like that. I want an ass like that guy. I'll do this workout. For girls and beauty, I think it's worse. I think it's harder.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah. I try to just follow friends and their stuff that they're supporting
Yeah.
or that they're doing to support them, and then like cooking things and astrology stuff. But it's harder and harder to follow our friends now. We were talking about that earlier.
The
Just, like,
algorithm doesn't want
the
you to see your
algo
friends.
Makes me sad.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
No. And it's not what I want to be seeing. That's the problem. If it was, I'm speaking Instagram specific. If
Instagram.
TikTok, I feel like, knows my soul and they're like, we're just going to give you what you need right
Yeah.
now. Instagram, on the other hand, they have shat the bed, in my opinion. They've gone the wrong route.
Yeah.
They are trying to be something that no one wants from them.
Yeah.
And it's messy and I don't like it. And that's my stance.
How crazy is it that they didn't have social media on workout?
It's amazing. So when I worked for Rachel,
Yeah.
we ran her social media. So we tweeted for her, and at the time there was Facebook, and then there was a thing called Posterous that was that basically was like a blog where you could, from your phone, post photos.
Posterist.
Posterous.
Okay.
And so that was pre-Instagram.
How was Rachel to work for?
She was great.
Okay. All right.
No, I mean,
Are you
it
excited
was-
for her to come to Beverly Hills?
I am excited for Beverly Hills. I think that, it was the best opportunity. I was hired by Rachel to run her brand when I was 24 years old. It was myself
crazy.
and one other hire.
Amazing.
And essentially, she had some negative press with I think with her clients being super skinny and all of this.
Right.
So they wanted to create a hub of information for her where she could express her expertise and really, I think, control the narrative more.
Smart.
Very smart. And Roger had been an investor in a website called Who What Where, which has since become, a massive
Yeah.
brand. But at the time, it was a blog where it was featuring a daily in your inbox, like what celebrities were wearing
That's
on the
great.
red carpet
Yeah,
or
I
like in
remember it.
paparazzi or whatever. So the whole idea to maximize ad dollars was to do a daily newsletter in your inbox, and it would be one item that Rachel thinks is cool and then essentially a dupe, so a more affordable thing, excuse me, that was in the same light. So we conceptualized that. I ran it. it was amazing. And I think the biggest thing, a lot of times when you're young, people want to say like you don't know what you're talking about, but I was her demographic.
Yeah.
And I was able to really harness that and help build something, and it was so cool. I didn't really interface with her that much. It was more day to day with Roger.
Right. What do you think it's going to be like on Beverly Hills?
I mean, it's fascinating.
I know. I think it's going to be big.
First of all, I saw this and I agree with it. Recession indicator.
Yeah. Very much.
Very much.
Yeah.
But I think that Beverly Hills needed some life support, and I think that she is the perfect thing to just like amphetamine boost, make it interesting.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. I think she certainly probably has a story to tell, and I hope she gets into it. But I also think it's going to be interesting, her going from being an executive producer on her own show to not. But I don't know what the deal is that she has with being able to, I mean, you could probably speak more to how that could go. But, not being able to control the narrative traditionally as a housewife. But maybe I don't know. I'm excited.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah. I mean, no housewife will ever be an EP. So,
right.
And that's kind of the gig.
Exactly.
But she's savvy enough to, I think people now, they can control the narrative as best they can by not saying anything they don't want to say.
Sure.
But it's also the downfall of reality is people being too censored.
Too measured,
see what happened with New York. And
I mean, we're never going to have it. Social media has ruined the reality TV space. We're never going to have it like we had it. And I think we just need to like go with it and let it evolve into like what it is, which apparently is an opportunity for people whose star might be sunsetting a bit to come back and like be back in the zeitgeist, especially BH. But I do have a bit of Rachel Zoe project related tea that goes back to workout that I think might be little known.
Tell us the tea.
Erica Jacobson.
Erica Jane?
No, Erica.
Who's Erica? Oh, Erica.
Erica on the workout. Do you know who her sister is?
No.
Taylor Jacobson, Rachel Zoe's assistant, the blonde.
No way.
Right?
Wow, what a small world.
Isn't that a small world? Taylor told me that, and I remember being like, what?
I had no idea.
No one. I feel like this is very little known information, but they talk the same.
I have really come to like Erica this season.
She's
the
great.
First couple seasons, she was a little bit like Eeyore or something. Now I think she's hilarious. She's kind of dry.
Exactly.
And she's great.
Very similar to Taylor.
Yeah.
And I loved Taylor. I loved Brad. They were a blast.
Oh, yeah. And Brad is like coming into his porn stash 70s, like Magnum PI daddy phase.
As hopefully we all do.
Well, I was telling you that I have.
Speaking of stash, I'm
here. Are you want to move out of the sun for a sec?
No, I'm good.
Okay, we'll do like 7 more minutes. Okay. And then we'll get you back inside because she has beautiful skin, fair skin, and I just did a chemical peel. I can't be crusting out.
No, you can't.
I have scrubbed my Instagram of slutty, porny, projecting that to the world. And so when I saw that, I was like, you know what? We're all kind of doing it. And the impetus when you feel like you look good is just to like throw it out there.
I can't wait to get to my slutty, porny era.
No, you don't need to get there. LA, that's the thing. LA and social media has turned everyone into a dirty whore. I was at the Grove yesterday, and every single person there was dressed like not just a whore, a street walking slut. A streetwalker. Something Sam Pancake said to me that I'll never forget. There is a difference between an outfit and a getup. These girls were in getups. It was strings and straps and thongs, and they're at the goddamn mall.
Yeah. Well,
they're going to the Mac store with getups on. They're in a getup. Like, I saw some getups.
Yeah, it's tragic out there.
It's bad, but I think like the Grove has exploded because of TikTok. It's re-exploded. It's exploded. It's many explosions over the years, and it's in one right now. I don't know when the last time is you went there.
I haven't been since the new Zara.
2 weeks ago, I went with Carrie and Laura to see Weapons.
Such a good movie.
There was a line from the Grove Ballet on the Grove Drive, all the way down to 3rd, all the way up Fairfax, and around Beverly for a 16-year-old TikToker sweatshirt line called like Pink Puffy Paint Power. And it was
Okay.
the ugliest shit I've ever seen, and the nastiest people in a bunch of fucking get-ups. And I was like, this is the apocalypse. That was, by the way, 7 a.m. I sent a video. I was going to the gym. I was like, what is happening? We're supposed to see this movie later today, and this better be cleared out by the time we
Yeah.
get there. It wasn't. I don't know.
I just
LA, and everyone
it's in
dresses like a whore.
It's in a weird zone.
Yeah.
Right now, LA is in a weird shift.
Yeah.
The shift in the entertainment industry is. Somebody had asked me, because I'm from Michigan and I was just there for a month.
Yeah.
And someone had asked like what changed in Detroit, and I said it was the car industry left. And I said similar to like what's happening here.
It's freaky and dark, but we are the light. Let's wrap up the episode. If we're gonna haul other stuff, we would do the Olivia lesbian cruises.
Yes, I was like, I gotta go on this cruise.
They show Jackie to her room. She's in like the presidential suite or whatever, and she says, "Oh, I was expecting a tiny little box," and I was like, "Of course, that's what you expect to hear on a lesbian cruise. Like, don't make that joke."
But that's funny. But this to me is like, did you see, for instance, also what I would haul to the Sun Fair is the product placement. But it
Propel.
was the Propel, exactly.
Propel finally got a credit. On the early episodes, I was like, damn, they are littering Propel everywhere. And finally, at the end credits, it says promotional consideration by Propel.
And the cruises, but you could tell, but I like that these are like smaller brands. You know what I mean? It reminds me of when Drag Race had the Interior Illusions Lounge, and Interior Illusions is an interior design store in West Hollywood. You know what I mean? When it was just like kind of scrappier and sort of like throwing stuff up,
now it's like
up against the wall.
Lexus.
Exactly. And I love that for like whoever's getting that check.
Sure.
But I just feel like it was so much more scrappy is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
And I love that because we didn't have like as much proof of concept. It was just we're just trying stuff.
Tori Spelling, when I produced her show, there were brands throwing shit at us left and right. We didn't even have to give her credit. They just wanted it in the shot.
Right.
Caffeinated vodka. What is that weight loss? Nutrisystem. She was paid $1 million, I think, to lose baby weight or something by the end of a certain time, and only by Nutrisystem. She didn't do it in time or something, so she put on a sauna suit and just was doing wind sprints in Temecula to make that baby weight so she could get the $1 million. And I was like, this is a harbinger of the end times.
Tori.
And then I took home all the Nutrisystem. I was like, I'll take it. And that shit has a shelf life of 500 years.
Let's get it out.
What else will we haul? The big drama comes when Jackie is on the cruise and crashes Rebecca's boot camp.
I loved this because the one thing
I cringed.
Just you know this, but like I only had the lens through working for Rachel, and my side was digital, so we didn't really have the cameras around us.
Right.
But I was privy to watching the producer come in and say, "Okay, Roja, you're gonna walk in and you're gonna talk about this."
Right.
And so at a very young age, I was able to know how these things were set up.
Right.
That not everybody has, a lens to. So to me, I felt like, the camera was behind the bar. Right? You could tell the producer was like, weren't you so upset about her crashing the thing?
Yes.
And, so those are the things that...
Exactly. I also think the actual crashing the boot camp was not set up or fake, but I think they were like, Jackie was the star. They were like, you'll surprise the ladies in boot camp. It seemed like a natural thing to do. And then it was built out to be drama. Also, these girls are on a trip on a lesbian cruise for a week. By the way, that's 6 days too long. Maybe one day on a cruise. I will never go on a cruise.
No.
They had to come up with some sort of drama, and they cliffhang it on, they're mad at Jackie for crashing the boot camp. Who gives a shit? Did you watch the Poop Cruise documentary on Netflix?
No, I couldn't. I watched the trailer and I said, nope.
I have never been on a cruise. I will never go on a cruise. And especially after watching the Poop Cruise documentary, that's never going to change.
It's a no. It's a no.
You're never going to get me on a boat where I can't escape.
It's terrifying. I think about, do you remember that story during COVID, how those cruise ships were just like, they couldn't bring them back? Nope. And
you're stuck on a cruise in a little coffin cabin with people you may hate.
I can't.
I can't be that close to people. Like, imagine all those people in get-ups at the Grove and you're stuck with them on a boat. I would jump.
The Grove is so cruise adjacent.
It's cruise.
It's a cruise.
It's a landlocked.
It's people going for the buffet.
It's Noah's disgusting ark.
Yeah, it's bad.
The buffet.
But I do love it during Christmas when it snows. I will say that.
Too.
And we went for Christmas Eve, remember?
Yeah, I mean, it has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, but you need to go on like a Wednesday morning.
We also went Christmas Day to Beyonce the year of her movie.
Yes.
That was a nice Christmas
was really
memory.
fun, and
that was the Americana, though.
Yeah, which is
It's our spot.
the same thing.
I know. It's the
It's a
exact
Caruso
same.
property. They're giving the same energy, but the holiday energy, that's when I'll say, okay. But I remember being shocked at how many, like every store was closed and there were just people walking around.
Also, we were shocked yesterday looking at all these horrors. They just go there and they lay out on the grass and just lie down on the floor of because they think it's nice. It's not as disgusting. Dogs are pissing there.
Yeah,
it's
they
a
are.
dog park, by the way. Everyone brings their dog. I have the most well-behaved dog in the world. I don't bring him because I'm respectful and I'm courteous.
Yeah.
But people are bringing their dogs. Also, I don't know if I've ever said this on this podcast, but the Grove resides on top of a methane reserve. And if you look in the movie theaters, there's these little sensors for methane because it's basically the La Brea tar pits.
Right.
And at any moment, it is possible that the Grove can just explode in a bomb of farts. A methane is fart gas. And so when I look at these people wheeling their babies in strollers, bringing their dogs, laying on the ground, I'm like, you're traipsing around over just a fart tank. And we're all going to explode and die.
Honestly, that tracks.
It does. It has a dark energy.
It totally does.
Like fossils are buried in the tar. Anyway, the Grove. Shout out to the Grove. Sponsor us if you like.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up so we can get you out of the sun.
Okay.
What are our final thoughts on Workout Episode 2, Season 3?
I just felt like it was a real combo. It was giving us it was giving
Lesbian drama.
It was giving us
Weight loss.
Biggest Loser. It was giving us a time capsule of LA. It was a joy.
Yeah.
And it made me really nostalgic for the format, the era, the haircut that Jackie has. All of the things.
Her haircut has fallen now.
Yeah.
It's
a little less severe.
Yes, it's good. I've been saying
It's a little less Sally Hershberger and a little more Sally Hershberger.
Yeah, exactly. And then send us out with a final thought. Also, Elizabeth teaches a course or guides a course. How do you refer to it as?
I would say I teach it at this point.
You're like a Sherpa.
Yeah, I really
a creative Sherpa.
Create the container and then let people do their own thing, but I'm always there for them to talk it through.
I took Elizabeth's course, The Artist's Way, her Artist's Way course, the first one you did, maybe.
Yeah, so it's now called Club Artist's Way.
Club Artist's Way. It changed my life. I wouldn't be here without it. It changed the course of my life, and I need to do it again. Because I've lost my way.
So Club Artist's Way.
I need the Artist's Way.
I do them 3 times a year. It's a 13 weeks experience where each week we meet on Zoom and we talk through the book The Artist's Way, which is a 12-week process, essentially, where you discover your creativity.
You don't have to be any certain thing. Anybody can do it, but it really just gets you in touch with the voice that, for me, I had stopped listening to because I think I should be this in life. I should be working more at this. I should be doing this. This is what people think of me, so I should give them this. It removes all of that shit. You get back to one-on-one stuff. It's easy stuff to do. You write in the morning. You spend a little time with yourself.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the action.
It's really, I think, there's
And it's a cult.
And it's a cult. No. But, it's like really about setting personal goals for yourself.
Yeah.
And once you have those private victories, as they say in 7 Habits for Highly Successful People, once you have those private victories, the public victories start to happen.
So true.
And it's really a way of showing up for yourself and setting these little goals and starting to work that muscle of like, oh, I can set my mind to something and achieve it. And maybe that's just like writing in the morning. Maybe that's just taking myself on an artist date. Maybe that's just showing up to this call and like participating in the conversation. But you just move out of your comfort zone. The ego always wants to keep us safe. We never want to try something new because we're like this. And then once we can do that, we relax into it, relax into life a bit more. And then just the magic starts happening.
Your life will change. There's a moment in the course where it says, okay, around this time, the music you like will sound different. The food you like will taste different, and the clothes you're wearing may feel like they fit differently. And right when that happened, that did happen. Just because you're starting to be honest with yourself about things that you stopped being honest with yourself about, that you're scared to admit. You know, you're asking yourself these tough questions that aren't that tough, but they feel tough because we've stopped asking them. Like, what do I like? What do I want? We stopped asking ourselves
Right.
that. We're
What's
thinking,
your favorite color?
See, I don't even know.
Right? Like just these things of like what makes you happy?
Green.
What do you like doing? Like
Yeah.
just these things where it's inviting you to sit down and write that out
Yeah.
and talk, and then I create a space where people can talk about this.
When I did
and show
it,
up for each other.
I wrote. I started performing my solo show, which I
Yeah.
did for, and still doing, and have done for 2.5 years. I booked a gig in a writer's room on a TV show that got picked up, and then did a voice for that same show. Just all the things I credit The Artist's Way, and specifically your course, with changing the course of my life. And it really, all it was is just getting me back to
Yeah.
things I had forgotten about.
And it's just a challenging process to do by yourself. So many people make it to week 3, week 4 and stop because they have nothing holding them accountable. And the method that I use like really brings people together, and people enjoy.
I'm going to kill whoever has that motor. Why would you ever have a motor that loud? Who is? I want to know the personality type. Small dick. What if it's a lesbian? Big dick. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a transphobic joke. Jesse has made them twice about Jackie, like referring to her like having a penis, and it's another example.
Yeah,
of
where they don't make good
show.
TV anymore.
Come on, it's bad.
I know, no, it's really again a time capsule. But to your point, just like being able to show up for yourself, and this container where it really people are excited to show up and talk, and I just think that hosting podcasts for as long as I have really primed, and also communicating ideas that were all about self-betterment, because I
Yeah.
talk a lot about wellness and all the fun things that bring us joy. So like being able to take those ideas and just like create conversation around this one thing and bettering our creativity. And then I started Studio Hours, which is for anyone who's done the Artist's Way before, and it sort of continues that without diving back into the book so much, but taking like the greatest hits and like keeping the conversation and the accountability going. So
Well,
it's cool.
I feel so lucky to be your friend.
I feel so lucky to be your friend.
I'm so
I
grateful
love you
for
so
you.
much.
I
You're
love
the
you.
best. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for doing it, and please come back.
Anytime.
I love you so
I
much.
love you too.
Go listen to Too Niche. It's so hot.
It was great.
You're just the best.
You're the best.
Welcome back. Here's the surprise. Next week, I'm going to do a bottle episode. I'm going to depart from workout just to stretch out the season just a little bit longer because we're almost to the finish line. Denny Pellegrino is going to be on an episode in the next couple weeks, but I'm going to take a departure, and I know it's random. But next week, I'm going to do a Show Pony exclusive review of one of my favorite films of all time, Basic Instinct 2. If you have any thoughts, feelings, concerns, questions, or answers, go ahead and send them my way. There's this one part where Sharon Stone walks out of her room and her kimono opens and one titty falls out, but it's meant to be sexy, but it's not. She also gets fingered in a car. All right, anyway, I digress. Stay tuned. Tell your friends about the podcast. Share it, subscribe it, link it, do whatever. I need more people to listen. I'm just going to be honest, okay? Help a bitch out. See you next week. Everybody watch Basic Instinct 2. Do you like my haircut?